Friday evenings are meant for some fast and frenetic volleyball, and that's what is on offer with this only game tonight between the defending champions, the Ahmedabad Defenders, and the Toofani team from Delhi, the newest baby of the league. It's match number 7. We're coming to you live from the Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium in Chennai. We're still in Chennai. We've been in Chennai for the last 600 years and we're not complaining. I've got Louis Michael alongside. Two people who are clearly contemplating moving to India because that's how much they love this country. But I've got to talk to you about what we saw last night. 2 double headers, 2 matches, 2 5-setters. Are you guys as shocked as I am about what Ahmedabad did? Because they've lost their 2 games in the Super 5s, both in 5 sets. But last night against Mumbai, another 3-2 loss. What went wrong?
I don't think we're as shocked as they could ever be because it looked like they had it in the bag, right? After that first set, they gave up way too many errors, 10 to be exact, but then they reined it in and they were looking like the team to beat. They even had an opportunity in the 4th to close it. Max was getting aces all over the place. They just couldn't do it. Mumbai outlasted them, and that was the story for me.
And that's 2 3-2 losses in the Super 5s situations. They've been in situations to win it. Against the Torpedoes, they were in a situation 2-0 up, and I just felt they took their foot off the gas. They made errors, they didn't serve as well as they have been, and their pass goes at key times. And we'll talk more about that in a minute, but you'll be gutted knowing they have to win tonight.
Yeah, their performance sort of went off the boil and it sort of nosedived halfway through the league stage. They won their first and we thought, wow, what a team. And they've just looked like a pale shadow of themselves. Where do they find themselves on the points table of the Super 5s? They are right now right at the bottom. They've lost 2 in 2, a set difference of -2. If they don't win tonight, it will be curtains for the Ahmedabad Defenders. Right. However, they've got 2 games to play, 1 tonight. If they win both these games, they might still have an outside chance. Who knows? Maybe they finish at number 3 and then qualify, win the eliminator, win the finals. Dramatic things are known to happen in world sport. What's the game plan?
It's got to be, for me, to get Shanti John involved earlier because I think he was fantastic addition in the last couple of matches. He kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily changed the spin of the game, but he's getting some incredible defenses. He's keeping the ball alive, allowing his team to play again. And for me, they have 3 players that are just a little bit missing in all areas. Nanda, fantastic from the serve. Shanti in the front. Max, defense. If they could take those 3 players, combine them into one, that'd be the magic sauce for me.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think that Mihailovic hasn't quite got the right balance at the moment. Nanda had a fantastic start to this season, double figures first 3 games. He's gone off the boil a little bit because that pass isn't quite there. Now that man, Shrikav, has been really, really good in the middle since coming into the mix. He's now the team's best blocker. And Gamuti's been a bit quiet, but for me it's on the outsides. Do you pick your best passing team? In which case you need to have Max, because Srikanth, the libero, isn't firing. So there's more pressure on Max to pass well. Or do you go Nanda or Shanti? Can you play them together? I don't think you can because you're giving up too much of your pass. It's a big decision. A mixture of the 3 would be great.
Well, in an ideal world. But the other thing is the errors, right? They're giving up so many errors. And in fact, the last time these 2 faced off, I think it was over 20 errors, similar to what we saw last night. They lost 3-0 to Delhi last time. So do they cut down on those errors, not touch the net as much? I think they'd have a much better shot if they're just a little cleaner with their volleyball.
Okay, just imagine if Dragan's gone for a walk and you are asked to make their team and figure a combination, a certain rotation plan very quickly in 10 seconds. Give me a magic potion for Ahmedabad, quickly.
Oh, start with Shanti John, see what happens. He hasn't started all season long, and I think that could change the game for me.
See, I would start the same. I'd keep Max and Nanda and hope that Nanda fires, but I would not be hesitant to put Shanti in the first set, 8 points in if you need to.
They are facing the mighty Delhi Toofans who've pleasantly surprised all of us. They are on a 7-match winning streak. They won their 2 Super 5s games, one against Bangalore, the other against Calicut. And one of their stars is indulging in something that is slightly risque. Aponza, Daniel Aponza and Santosh are indulging in a bit of arm wrestling with a special referee overseeing the proceedings. Let's find out.
I will beat him, sure.
Representing India with pride, a powerhouse in the ring, we have Santosh S.
I will kill Santosh.
And next, in the blue corner, hailing from Colombia, we have Daniel Ponza.
Okay, there's 3 rounds, guys. Come on, come on, come on! Yeah! Okay. Start. No, Danny,
I will kill Santos.
Come on, Danny! Danny, come on! Danny, come on! Both are the winners in the arm wrestling, but as a point table, Colombia!
Ready, go!
Guys, we've got a show to do, and I need my arm in place. Louis, what was that voiceover? Are you auditioning for WWE on Sony?
I think there's more chance of me becoming Mankind or something like that, isn't there? more part of me being a wrestler than an announcer for WWE, but you never know.
I'm
Who
sweating now.
knows? The bosses at Sony are watching, and they've also been watching what Daniel Ponza has been doing for the Delhi Toofans. Key, you and I and all of us have been mighty impressed with Daniel Ponza's exploits, especially in the front court with the blocks and the spikes and all of it that he offers. For you, how do you define Daniel Ponza's impact on the Delhi Toofans and the league?
He has been phenomenal. He's one of those players that adds an impact, not just in his stats. I mean, he's one of only 2 middles to be over 50 attacking points, but he's oppressive all around. I mean, 22 block points as well. But what we love about him are his dance moves. And I think that's why he fits in so well with this team. It's teamwork first and foremost with Delhi. And he just adds that energy, and we love it about him.
The expert loves his dance moves more than what he's done on court.
I mean, you know, I have a soft spot for
Let's
dance
talk
moves.
about
What can I say?
someone else who's also Daniel Ponza's dancing partner, Anand. Has there been enough said about Anand and his magic on court, or do you have more?
I think so. You love him, don't you?
Love him.
You absolutely love him.
Big smile.
I'm a big fan of his defense. I mean, he's the best digger in the competition. The position that he gets himself into, he reads the game well, he hangs on the edge of the block nicely, and we've seen some of these spectacular digs from him. The only thing I'd say is we haven't seen enough of him in the past. I mean, the likes of Mukesh for Calicut's having a great passing game. The best passer so far for Delhi, Santosh, 5th best passer in the league. So I think teams are putting Santosh under pressure because he's the main hitting option, which would make sense. But what I'd like to see if Anand's really got it, is him put under the pump from the service line for long periods of time and see if he can really hang.
You might see a lot of fireworks coming his way from Angamuttu and Santosh. So, well, that's one factor for Anand to think about. There's one man that we've never mentioned on the show, sadly. Manoj Nair, the coach of the Delhi Toofans. He's always stayed very quiet, very much under the radar. Now, it's one thing to have a great team, and it's another thing to be able to use a good team well. How well has Manoj Nair done that?
He's done it so well, and I went to speak to him before the match because he's on a winning streak, 7. That's the most in the league history. And I said, what's the secret? What is so special about this team? What have you done differently? And he said, it's not me, it's the team. They really work together. They are a unit, and there's a lot of feedback as well. So, like, a lot of coaches aren't necessarily open to their players giving them ideas or feedback to trainings, but he says, no, it's not a one-way street. I ask my players what they think, what the ideas they have. Specifically, Dodic, he says he gets a lot of international experience from him, and I think just that open communication can be huge for teams feeling like an ownership of it.
He's had a great career in Kerala as well, hasn't he? He's worked with a lot of the big players in the league, but I think this is very similar to Ahmedabad last year with Dakshinamurti. You've got a very good Indian head coach who knows the league, knows the players, but also he's got big weapons around him. Santosh, I mean, the depth that they've got with Rohit, the middles, I mean, it's like looking at Ahmedabad last year, isn't it? That's what it really reminds me of. They don't serve as tough as other teams, but they're very effective on the net.
7 wins on the trot. They're eyeing number 8, and a win here will confirm a spot for them in the knockouts. You guys and girls can help yourselves as well with this league. Download the Fantasy Akara app, get your teams ready, and win loads and loads of prizes. Let me make life easier for you by getting a recommendation from these two. A quick prediction and a key matchup.
All right, you're not going to be surprised by this, but I'm going to look out for 2 middles, a Ponza on Delhi's side and Shakur, if I'm saying it correctly,
Correct,
on the other side, because I think these two have really shown a lot of credibility just in defense and offense. Shakur's been standing out for me in the last couple of matches, stepping in for Manoj, and yeah, those two, I would keep an eye on them.
My recommendation in the arm wrestle is key to beat Manish, so watch out for that. When it comes to volleyball, Santosh versus Angamutu on the left side is the big one for me, because we got one in-form player, one slightly out of form, but the one out of form needs to have the game of his life this evening to see if Ahmedabad can still stay in the league.
Lots of flavors of volleyball on offer on court. Lots of colors as well on this show, thanks to Indian Terrain, our wardrobe sponsors. So you've got a peach, a pink, and a navy blue. That's why this league is so colorful. That's another reason. Now, there's a big encounter coming up between Ahmedabad and Delhi. Ahmedabad lose, they get knocked out. Delhi win, they go through to the knockouts. Live action coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
Well, as the days roll on in the Rupe Prime Volleyball League, the games get more and more important. The reigning champions, the Ahmedabad defenders, need a win this evening to keep their place alive in the Super Fives. They're up against the Delhi Toofans team, the newest franchise in the league, looking for consecutive win number 8. Delhi currently in second place. A win this evening would take them back to the top, but for Ahmedabad, a win this evening is so crucial to tie with the Torpedoes. It's time to head courtside for the announcements.
Fasten your seatbelts for this high-flying Friday night extravaganza in the Rupe Prime Volleyball League, powered by A23, live from the Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium in Chennai, where it's the Ahmedabad defenders taking on the Delhi Toofans. Now, this team is the newest team in the league, and there is no doubt that they've had quite the journey with 7 wins on the trot. Looking to make it 8 and stay ahead of the traffic in the Super 5, it is the Delhi Toofans!
They come, the Delhi Toofans, the newest team in the league, but they are making waves match after match on a 7-game winning streak, the longest in the history of this short league. Well, they've been doing it with some fantastic play and all-around balance. And the coach talks a lot about teamwork. You will see that in spades from this team in blue and purple. They're led by the setter, Sakhlin Aponza, joining him in the ranks. One of the few middles to get 50 attack points already. Keep an eye on him and the entire Delhi Toofans side as they are looking for another win here tonight.
With 4 losses consecutively, there is no doubt that the defending champions find themselves in a spot of bother. Tonight, they need to live up to their name. Tonight, they need to prove that they are as hard to crack as an amethyst because they are the Ahmedabad Defenders!
The defenders make their way out into the arena for their most crucial game of the season. 4 straight losses is not something you would associate with this great team. The champions from season 2 and the finalists from season 1. The three-peat finals looks in jeopardy for Dragan Mihailovic and his team, led by Mutu Sami, who's played such an instrumental role over the last couple of years. They'll need a big performance from the likes of him, Nanda, and Angamutu as well. The question is, will Shanti John start or come off at the bench? We'll have to wait and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we request everyone to kindly rise for the Indian national anthem. இந்திய தேசிய நாட்டின் தேசிய கீதத்திற்காக அனைவரும் எழுந்து நிற்குமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்ளப்படுகிறீர்கள்.
It's a big one for the defending champions. They win, they keep their hopes alive. They lose, it will be curtains for them. They are at number 5 on the Super 5's points table. This is a must-win for Dragan Mihailovic and his Ahmedabad defenders. They came in here to season 3 as the defending champions. And for them, it's been a story of 2 halves. Outstanding in the first half, and then they sort of went off the boil. This is what happened a while ago. The 2 captains, Muthusami Apu and Sakhlin Tariq, Ahmedabad won the toss and chose to receive. In the English commentary box, my name is Manish Batavi and I'm joined by Louis Lett and the amazing Key Michael, who will now tell you more about the starting lineups.
Well, here are the Ahmedabad defenders. Angamutu starts. There's no surprises. Shikhar Singh, Nanda, Mutu Sami, Ilya Baral from Belarus, and Max Seneca from Australia. So there is no Shanti John, who's made a couple of impressive outings off the bench in recent times. That's a big call from Dragan Mihailovic, but I think that's just to keep stability in that team and also in the first pass. All eyes on the likes of Angamutu and Mutu this evening, and there is Dragan Mihailovic, who is giving us some very nice insight before the game about the amount of work that goes in to scouting teams, and he would have had to have done a lot of homework this evening. Sajid Malik, his assistant, 101 on the heart rate monitor already, and that shows us that he knows it's a big game.
I love this heart rate monitor. It is so cool that we get that little insight into the coaches' minds and hearts. On the Delhi side, here's what you're looking out for. Ayush starting in the middle. He's been a bright spot for this side. Sakhlin will be setting Santosh on the outside, one of the best attackers in the league. Rohit Kumar gets the nod as well. He's been going back and forth from the bench and starting. Dodic on the opposite, the Serbian sniper, and Daniel the man Aponza, and his blocking moves, his dance moves, equally as impressive. This is a tough side to beat. This Delhi side, we continue to say the balance is there. Head coach Manoj Nair talks a lot about teamwork and how he has a two-way street between his players and himself. It's not just him dictating and them listening, and his heart rate would say the same thing. He's low, 82, cool, calm, and collected, ready for a big match. I think they are, it might be wild to say, but they are the team to beat, not the underdog in this situation.
Yep, they came in as newbies. With every match, they worked on various aspects of their game, and they're now one of the hot contenders for the title. I made a mistake. I referred to my partners as Louis Lett and the amazing Key Michael. I should have said the amazing Louis Lett and the amazing Key Michael.
No, it's too late now. No, I'm taking it
You're feeling
personally.
guilt, are you?
I'm going home. My mic's gone down.
I'll leave after the game. There's traffic tonight. Here we go then. It's a must-win for the defending champions. They stare at the exit door. If they win tonight, they stay alive. Delhi win. They surely finish in the top two. Angamuttu gets going straight away now. There couldn't have been a better piece of news than that for the Ahmedabad defenders to kickstart the proceedings.
Yeah, a couple of good things here. When Mutu is in that situation, we talk about it a lot. The ball is a metre off the net, so that means the ball can stay in front of Angamutu, so he can see the block, and the ball's in front of him, so he can turn the arm. It's a good pass that unleashes and unlocks the angle man.
He's going to be huge as well for this matchup. Has to get going, as does the block. And Shikhar with Max and Seneca, making it really tough to pass.
So this was the situation in the pre-show that I mentioned about Anand. He's been served early, and again, it doesn't look like a bad pass, but there is no middle, and this is the sort of thing we've been talking about with the defenders, and it allows the middle to get across, double stack, and get the block.
Aponza into the act, but he's been blocked by Shikhar. A double block once again, doing things right for Ahmedabad. Very good early signs. Max Seneca. Oh, Anand, you Superman. Dodic has been dug out. That is a phenomenal rally. And that one belongs to the defense of the defenders.
Man, what a dig by Anand. We'll get another look at it here as he just sits in the pocket, and one on stab by Dodic. Doesn't even get close, but Anand right behind him, picking up the slack. And you just feel this right here is heartbreaking to drop on a free ball. Slack lanes come up, assuming it's going to be an easy pickup. Those little communication things might start to creep in on a team that now feels themselves the pressure to win, perhaps.
There's one thing for Anand to make that dig. There's another thing to make it with a 6'5" Serbian in the way. And that was the special thing. Great dig from him. The second one, I agreed. It's not quite there at the moment for Delhi, but we know they're all about consistency.
I think Delhi will need to pull out all stops. They've got to be fearless. They are coming into this game with 7 consecutive wins. And I'm sure they have a certain rhythm about them, a certain routine that they follow that's worked for them so far. Can a big team like this with great form coming into a game like this, is there this chance of being slightly complacent maybe? Not as switched on, perhaps not intentionally though.
Well, I think that's what Ahmedabad's been accused of a couple games in a row, is having that confidence, feeling like they've got the match in the bag. For example, last night, they had opportunities to win in the 4th set and take down Mumbai. Instead, it went to a 5th and they couldn't close it out. So they're going to have that fresh in their mind that they're thinking about, close the door as soon as we have opportunities. And right now it's a it was a 4-1 lead, but with a ball in the net. Things going in a different direction. Delhi now. Aponza. Straight to the middle. Nanda crosses down the line. Ball stays in play, but there must have been a net touch there. And interestingly, it was actually Ahmedabad the last time these two teams met that was giving up a lot of free points in the net, if you remember, if you watched that match. Now already it's Delhi that's given up a couple.
Yeah, that ball's off the net for Nanda. It allows them that spin. They're a little bit more room to find it. Yeah, the net touch, not ideal for Delhi. This hasn't been a great start for Delhi.
Beautifully done. That is such a delightful piece of volleyball from Lazard Dodic. The first point that they've earned on their own by 3 days. I love that. What a play.
I think that's so clever from him because we expect a hard-driven ball out of Dodic. You've been calling him the laser in terms of his precision and accuracy and power. But just to roll that one right over the block, why not test it?
Showed great court presence. Straight to Max Seneca. And over past then, a chance, Anand. Saklane, here we go then! Oh, that came quicker than I thought it would. I thought they were lining themselves up for a pipe attack, but then I was just here. And Saklane Tariq had other plans. That's why Manoj Bhai was such a fabulous coach. Outsmarting all of us.
Yeah, game on now. That time it's in from Anand. You can run the middle. They've already run Dodic. Okay, Delhi is starting to find their level. Let's see how Ahmedabad respond, because it's been their pass that's been a thing of issue over the past few games, and they've struggled with receiving service pressure. Again, they're under the caution a little bit, but luckily they have Nanda. What a touch! My word, what a touch! Free ball though for the defenders. This evening they need to put chances like this away. And it's another net touch, I think.
Oh, that is another heartbreaking moment. After an excellent defense, Dodic put that ball nice and high to the outside. I'm not sure why that was a free ball even in the first place, but then to give it up on another net touch, that's 2 in a row, or at least 2 in this short span of this match so far. Question now is, does Delhi step their level up, or does Ahmedabad take advantage of it? Angamutsu off the hands, he'll say yes please, thank you very much.
Yes, you know that one great serve that gave them a freebie with the overpass. That reception wasn't great enough. And then the kill.
And so far for Angamutsu, because he's had his fair share of questions thrown at him, every ball he's hit has been in front of him. And in those situations, I believe he gets back to his best.
Puts in a tough serve. Outside swing. Oh, getting past 3 blockers.
That is such a beautifully delivered slap. I never thought I'd use the word beautifully and slap in one sentence before I started working on volleyball. Beautifully delivered slap.
Talking to people who have probably beautifully delivered some slaps, Key.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Louisette.
That was a great swing though, and I think this is the benefit of having Rohit. We haven't seen a new James for a while, have we? And Rohit stepped into that spot. Again, they've gone after Srikat. Be ready for that. But that's a fantastic set from the middle to Mutu to Ilya Barao.
Well, we haven't seen a whole lot of offense out of Barao, but could be the key as we head into the pool technical timeouts. We'll see you again after this short break. Welcome back to the Rupe Prime Volleyball League. Here is a look at the Super 5's rules if you're not familiar with them. Well, we had the round robin stage, and the first and second winners of that stage got 2 points and 1 point respectively. Now we're doing the next set, and the table topper will qualify for the finals directly, and 2 and 3 will then play off to get into that spot. Both these teams looking to hang on. A win here would be golden for Delhi. Well, Ahmedabad need one, otherwise unlikely.
Yeah, it's important for Delhi to still get the win if they want to go straight through and avoid the eliminator. I mean, you wouldn't want to play in the eliminator if you could avoid it, especially after the win against Calicut. You'd feel that they've done their hard work in establishing themselves as a possibility of being that team that goes straight through. They think they're at the top of the block here. Manoj there says the same thing.
We saw Anand running all the way over to the coach immediately saying, we got to get that review. And I like that for the Super 5s, they've changed the rules that you can have unlimited, essentially, reviews. As long as you get it correct, you get to keep it. As soon as you get 2 reviews unsuccessful, that's when you get cut off. So as long as this is successful, it gets to stay in the pocket.
Yeah, with the stakes going higher with every game, you know how crucial those reviews are. So you've got to be dead sure when you ask for a review of a decision from the first ref.
Like Daniel was yesterday.
Oh my word. Mr. Motazetti, if you're watching, I'd like an explanation.
We still love
In
him, though.
written.
We still love him, though. But yeah, that was definitely a net touch, and he called for a review. Luckily, it didn't come back to bite them. They still got the win. Meanwhile, here, let's see what we're looking at. Touch on the hands of Muthu. I mean, it goes field goal all day long. Yeah, that's got to be a touch on the right arm for me.
And if it doesn't take a touch, my word, that's probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Not
Definitely sweating, though, isn't he? It's definitely hot in here. Okay, here we go. Review successful. The fist pumps from the coach, Anand, hyping up the crowd. Zach Lane, well, he was a part of that review as well.
I just saw a shrug of the shoulders of from Muthuswamy Appu, the captain of Ahmedabad. He seemed to suggest there was no touch, so who knows. Anyway, the moment is gone. It is 8-6. Ahmedabad in the lead, straight to the lead row. Muthu for Rangamuthu. Oh, it's not worked this time. Afonso getting into the act. Maxenica, you've got to be decisive. He tried to change his mind halfway through the shot mid-air, and it wasn't to be.
Yeah, I don't know if Muthu and Max quite have the relationship at the moment. Max is asking for it a lot quicker. And if you would have watched the last game or the last 2 games, that's exactly how they've run their offense. Max has gone on that quick tempo, Muthu hasn't, and that's why that's happened.
And I wonder if the difference is he was really close, so he's saying, all right, Muthu, you're in a good spot to give it to me quick here and now. Oh, I love that. Muthu just taking it for himself. He says, you know what? If my hitters aren't going to get it done, I'll do it. Why not?
Well, it's just what Shana Kadari is ready to get the ball back, but that's why he's in the team, because he can get the ball into those zones that hooks the middle in. And the Ponza's been brilliant, but he's not getting near that.
And it looked like Muthu gave that away pretty early, but if you're not paying attention, if you're focused just on the middle, there's no way you'll see that coming.
Good hand, such a key element of any setter. We were having this conversation about great setters on our way back to the hotel last evening, and you mentioned an Argentinian center. More on that in just a bit after this rally. Coast to coast, overpass, one-hander. Chance now. Muthu to Rangamuthu. Anand, even he can't dig that. Dig that if you can, said Rangamuthu.
This one's an A2-3 super spike from Rangamuthu. He's got a lot of line to work with there. He is enjoying this match. You can see it on his face.
Yeah, for me, Santos is a little bit too far inside there, especially on the pipe attack. Take that little bit of the wider line away from him and give him the crossbody, which is the harder swing to hit in that situation.
Strange looking reception there, Anand, with the second ball, and then that arrow that came diagonally straight at Ilya Murao.
Yeah, remember Santos played for this team last year and won the championship. He knows all about the defenders. He was such a big player for them. And I think he could be their kryptonite again this evening if he plays like this.
I think he's at 96 attack points right now, that being his 97th. So he's looking for 100 in this match. Oh, that'll look good too. Count it.
This is where Delhi are so dangerous. They may have looked slightly gingerly at the start of this match, but then once they turn it on, they stay switched on.
Yeah, and again, we're reaching business time now, which is where the defender's pass has got a bit shaky at times, and Delhi will understand that. And again, the pass is way out, so there is no middle. They have to go back to Angamutu, and this time they live to fight another battle, but that's not the... Oh, they don't! Oh, they don't! It seems that Angamutu's crossed the green meter line. Dragan, where are you going? You're not the second rep.
Well, you know, he's always going to be hyping up, trying to get involved, but I think I saw Max Seneca put his hands up, saying, yes, I did. Whatever the infringement was that he was called on, whether it be net touch, feet under the lines.
I doubt if he'll have the guts to intervene. He'll go to Dragan and say, coach, let it go.
Well, that's the thing. The difficulty is you have to have those open lines of communication. You saw a good example of that. The players going to Manoj, where he trusts them to say whether the ball was in or out or whether you should review. But if you fear your coaches and you can't say that, it's difficult.
Well, there's the 83 top 5 spikers. JV, Jerome finished having a blockbuster tournament. Santosh in second, closing the gap. And, well, let's just say he needs another few points this evening to catch up with Mr. Jerome.
And to have good spikers, you need good setters. And you mentioned it, Manish, that one of the players, that I was mentioning, speaking of, hang on a sec, look at this hairstyle. That's the best thing I've seen all day.
He needs a setter as well, a hair setter. Or some gel. Or some water. Some hair product.
This game will be touring and
he could hide his documents in those in that hairdo, that wig or whatever it is that he has.
Could you see yourself with a haircut like that, Manish?
Maybe a second before I die.
This is better because the first basket, Shrikant struggled for rhythm, but they needed that one and he was there on the short serve. FBI super point. Banned. What are you doing?
7 wins in a row. Their confidence is sky high. They believe they can go past Ahmedabad. If they win this one, they will get into the lead. But they won't! Because Shikhar Singh wants this team to reach the Shikhar of the point table. Oh, their potential. What a block. That is a gutsy block. A mighty block. An incredible block from that man.
Yeah, that pass ran out just too straight and a little bit too off, and they couldn't really go to Aponza. The middles do that. Double slap on Dogic. Very good serving tactically from Mutu and Centurion.
Oh, he's up. He's up a little bit. Just about. What did he start at? 90, 80 something? Very calm he was to begin with.
For a bit, wasn't he?
Jump shot for Aponza has been double blocked. Now, if you haven't allowed Aponza to get going, if you haven't really allowed Santosh to have too many super spikes, if Anand hasn't been at his best, you clearly have done most things right in this match. And the defenders.
The last 2 passes haven't been catastrophic, but they've been very poor. They've been straight, they've been off, there's been no ability to stretch the play to the right side. First time, they get pinned into the left side and they get cooked.
Well, blocking's been fantastic for Ahmedabad so far tonight. Here are the Cred top 5 blockers. Up until this match, it was Daniel Aponza with 22, leading the way. He overtook Akin, who's been at the top of the charts for many a day. However, I've been so impressed with Shikhar. He's not on this list because he didn't get the start. He's had 14 blocks so far, but he didn't start in the court. So it's only the last couple of matches that we've seen the best of him, but he's been such a spark, I think, for Ahmedabad.
You know, while on our way to the studio in the commentary box, I happened to ask a lot of people randomly about what they think, what their predictions are for this game, and everybody said 3-0 Delhi.
Ooh.
Everybody said 3-0 Delhi. And the Ahmedabad have a chance to prove.
Oh.
Take a look at that. That is a statement block. to seal the first set. Shikhar with a hat-trick of blocks seals the deal in the first set. It's not going to be a 3-0 in favor of Delhi because Ahmedabad seems to have come here with a certain purpose, a mission which is to beat Delhi and stay alive. Incredible first set from Ahmedabad. Back in just a bit to see how Delhi responds. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Rupe Prime Volleyball League. It is a 1-0 start for the Ahmedabad defenders over the Delhi Toofans, who they lost to 3-0 in the group stage. Here's a look at some of the stats. 4 blocks and 3 of them already coming from Shikhar. Last time they met, he had just 1. So already a huge difference there. If you want to go over to volleyballworld.com, all those stats are available from our exclusive international streaming partner.
Yeah, I think those blocks have come due to just a little bit of a quick pass into zones that are a bit too straight. When you are passing the ball, ideally you want to pass within like the front meter of the net, high enough that to the middle or to the right side of middle. And just a few times in a row, they passed a little bit too straight left of middle, and it just crammed the play and brought the block in.
The problem though for Ahmedabad is that Delhi learned very quickly. They recover very quickly. That's been a key feature for them, and expect them to hit back hard in this second set. Chance, Angamutu, no, not enough height. The claim for the pipe, double block, that's good.
That's a great turn of events for Delhi. Anand having to run that first ball down, bringing it in, which it could have dropped just out of bounds. Ahmedabad having to play it, but sending a free ball back. This is a great situation where you can see why Delhi are so tough to play against, because A, they don't give up, and B, they continue to force their team, the opposition to do something.
The reverse set in the pipe was perfect to open up that position 5. What I'm a bit worried about with Blitz Sami, we give him lots of plaudits, that's a huge block, and Afonso's in the game. But I feel like sometimes his play's got so much better in his knowledge of trying to get one-on-one situations for the hitters and trying to play quicker. But sometimes he's trying to play too fast. And in that situation with Angamutu, again, he tried to flip the play back. Angamutu wasn't there. He was already under pressure. It wasn't an in-rhythm play. And when you're not quite in rhythm, I don't think you can play that fast.
I think he's trying to play it with Nanda, who I think they have a better connection. Maybe, for example, with Max, we talked about being a little bit off the last time and then being too fast last time, too slow this time. In general, his connection with Nanda's been better.
Now, I'm just thinking about how Delhi are looking at this match. Clearly, qualification isn't a concern for them. Or playing in the finals or in the eliminator isn't really a concern for them. You reckon they'd be looking at experimenting a little bit, or would they be saying, let's just keep winning, let's just do what's working for us, let's not mess things up?
I think they've got to try and win the Super Fives and go straight through to the finals. And if they compromise that in any way, shape or form, that probably wouldn't be the play from Manoj at the moment, because you want to avoid that eliminator at all costs.
Yep. Aponza! That is an Aponza move. Dan the man with the plan. Pucks him down.
One point I was just about to make that could have been a point of concern was that last error from Aponza. This time, a Rupe contactless shot because Sakhlin finds him immediately again and makes sure that all is calm and all is well in the Delhi side.
There is Mr. Mohammad Tariq Khan, Sakhlin Tariq's father. He works as a physical education teacher and a volleyball coach in Pooch, Jammu and Kashmir, a beautiful part of India. A push that did not work, in the double lock said no. Permission denied. Access denied.
Yeah, Seneca's been fed to the Lions a couple of times this evening. And the middles are not in the team to do any setting. And for Shikai, he's had to take some, or was it Shikai? It wasn't, was it?
I think it was Angamutu.
It was Angamutu, and then fed it way too tight into the block.
Max usually pretty good at getting out of tricky situations like that. He loves a good tip and a roll and push it in the hand. That one, though, dying on the inside, didn't have any angle to work with.
Santosh, Muthu and Seneca, it worked. That trio worked.
Yeah, I don't think at any point of this league we've doubted the top level of Ahmedabad being very good. It's just whether they can be the polished unit for the whole match and have the right attitude for a whole hour and a half.
But one of the main things we said, they need to cut down on the errors. Already they've done that. I think 0 unforced errors. Or maybe it's 4, but that's still pretty low.
Sakhlin for Donic. Oh, Seneca. He didn't have to touch that.
I don't have to touch the desserts at the buffet, but I still do, Manish.
But you do a better job of it than Seneca in there.
Yeah.
You gobble them up.
I do. And it's just unfortunate because he's a little bit high there in defense, and he just doesn't know. He's caught in 2 minds.
5-3 to Delhi. Already looking like a more settled unit in the second. They've pressed that reset button. Donic, very, very good serve. Muthuswamy had to go all the way back for Santosh. The captain's kept it in play. Anand with the second for Santosh. Oh, yes! That is 100 points for Santosh. A century that he shall remember for a long, long time. 100 attack points. The name Santosh means satisfaction. And he can be quite satisfied with what he's done in this season for the Delhi Toofans.
Well, we all can't get enough of Santosh then this season. Out of system, in system. Provided us with a lot of satisfaction. And I love him. I think he's come into this role and he's a star man. He was second to Nanda last year.
And this year, in terms of Indian Oil MVP, he's second just to Jerome at the moment. But if these wins keep coming for this Delhi side, I have no doubt he'll continue climbing that leaderboard. Of course, if you want to be on that leaderboard, you have to win player of the match or game changer. You get 10 points for the one and 8 for the other. And Santosh has been, well, he's been in both those roles a couple of times.
Yeah, I think he's been absolutely superb. I don't want to go as far to say my player of the tournament, but we're very close with the likes of Jerome Beneath because he's just got that much more pressure in the pass as a leader. Goggins is getting better, coming to fruition throughout this competition, but on this Ahmedabad really need to put a full performance in this evening, and I wonder whether they have the confidence to see out a whole performance in the result.
Well, the one thing that I've noticed about Ahmedabad is even when they start well, somehow they don't know what to do when the opposition raises their game. They seem to follow the narrative set by the opposition team. So now, when Delhi have raised their game, Ahmedabad will start to have already started to look a bit lost. So they've got to have plan B, C, D.
You're exactly right, and this is one of the plans of Delhi. Get Dudic involved. We didn't see a lot of him in the first set, and that was the same problem for them earlier on in the season in some matches that they haven't won the first couple of sets. Once he gets involved, they're such a well-rounded team, and they have that Santosh on the outside, that defense from Anand, and on the right side when he's getting firing. So this team need the Serbian sniper.
Now, Santosh. No freebies for Ahmedabad. Don't count them out just yet. Sajjad Hussain Malik. 106, another man from Kashmir, by the way. So it's good to see lots of volleyball involvement from the beautiful people of Kashmir. Beautifully done. Such an intelligent shot that. Not trying to power through, just more precision over power.
Anand under pressure in the pass again, and they've got the free ball. You give Nanda a one-on-one on the wing, you'd put your house on him to put away a Rupe contactless shot, and that's exactly what he did.
Angamutu now from the end line. Drops it in, easy pick up, big swing, but it's covered. Another one, sack lane to the outside. Rohit. Nanda again throws it over. Dodic is out. You know it's going to the pipe. There's the tip. And it's just in point for Delhi.
That is such a brave shot. Beautiful wrist work, supple wrist. From that, I thought he was ready for the fight, but he had some other plans. 8-6 to Delhi as we head into the Amul Cool technical timeout. That is just good with the replay of that one.
Well, I don't know where you're watching from, but the Rupe VIP box here in the stadium, it's the best. They are the best seats in the house. And look at them, they're absolutely loving it. Probably posting some selfies, tagging Prime Volley on Instagram. What I'd be doing right now if I had those seats. Showing off to my friends. Santosh finds Seneca. Nanda gets one through.
Just squeeze this one. Oh, this is a problem. This is a big problem. It doesn't look good for Nanda. Puts the ball away. But all the support services are right over there. I think it might be the knee. And I'm sure Shanti John will be told to get warm quickly. He's not going anywhere soon. This would be devastating for Nanda. Oh, okay. Doesn't look good. Doesn't land well. Big collision. Oh, okay.
I don't want to watch that again.
Yeah, that's...
that stretcher material.
The knee? Left knee.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, we don't want to see such scenes in sport or anywhere in life. He's been such an incredible player. I really hope it's only a little twitch and he gets back on court and does his thing. An applause from the crowd as well to encourage that man. Good to see from fans of the Delhi Toofans as well.
That's so hard to see in sport, and especially for the team now, seeing their teammate, friend carried off in a stretcher. Just the scenes and the emotion being on court for the fans as well. It's just never want to be in that situation.
Yeah, he's been not just one of the big players last season, but this season as well. Incredible athlete, a great arm, and a great servant to Dragan Mihailovic and his team that will be missed. It looks like for a little bit longer than just this evening, but cue Shanti John to come in.
I can tell you, Dr. DG Chaudhary will be a very worried man. He is a very involved team owner, very hands-off but very involved. He's able to strike that beautiful balance, but Shanti John now has an opportunity to fill the huge hole that's staring at Ahmedabad with the absence of that young gun. Bit of a joust then.
Well, the struggle now for Ahmedabad is to look forward and think about the next move of what do they do. And for me, this is a missed opportunity. It's a huge joust there for Saclay, and he gives them the guns. But to get that overpass in the first place, great play by Shanti John, who's just come off the bench.
Yeah, it's fight or flight, isn't it, really? They're either going to come out firing for Nanda or they're going to step away from it. And at the moment, that's an unbelievable swing. Rohit Kumar.
Anand celebrated more than Rohit did. Such a sight that man Anand is. Take a look at this. Look at Anand go. Boom! Yeah! That's good.
I think that's why we all talk about him so much, because he's involved with that energy, giving to his team more than just pass and defense.
I'd love to see Ahmedabad change gears and go all out now. Play like there is no tomorrow. Because if they lose tonight, there is no tomorrow for them, literally. But it's the attitude that a team exudes, the vibe that a team exudes on court is what I want to see from Ahmedabad. Just go for the kill.
Yeah, correct. And is their attitude, everything is against us? Or is their attitude that we have to go and grab everything we can right now to make this work? I worry for them.
Muthusaniapu for Rangamuthu from a certain distance. Goes a long way, doesn't matter where the ball has been given. Invariably comes up with the kill. Rangamuthu, their main man. More so now in the absence of their other star spiker.
Big swing there, an important one as well, because it's off the net, because it's not a perfect situation. And last year I feel like he did really, really well with those spots. This year a little more shaky, so when he gets that big swing, it's not just an automatic given. They have to celebrate that point.
Ilya Burrow straight to Santosh, then chance for Dodic. There is a touch off the block, but there's protection behind as well. Now coast to coast. A double block does the job. And who's that man? Damn that man! He's holding himself back. Very restrained in his celebration. The dance moves aren't yet out.
Yeah, it's just getting very scrappy. And it's working. Look at Anand again, just dropping him down. Save some energy, kid. This is going to be a long game.
Well, it's a good block by Aponza, but the team of Ahmedabad are saying, where's the cover? Where is the cover that has to be there?
But this is where I think, since Nanda's gone off, you have that fight, or you have the flight and step away. All of those things, the cover will be the first to go. The decision making, the aggression, all of those things will disappear if they're not focused on their task, because they have a feeling of external things creeping in.
The other thing is, do they start looking at each other, pointing fingers? Does that teamwork, is that the first thing to go? Because I'm looking at the body language, and that's what I'm seeing on Ahmedabad's side.
Great serve once again. And that kill, oh, was there a touch of Rohit? It seemed to land outside. Yes, the first ref says there was a touch off the block. But Rohit unable to take heavy interaction because it looked like it was going out. 13-9 it is anyway, a 4-point lead for Delhi. And they look to level scores in this second.
The best news is for Srikanth because he got the ball into the perfect zone. With him saying that he's been at 2 meters further off than that, 2 meters further right than that at times. That's where Mutu needs it. And in those opening 3 wins that they had in the league, the ball was there more often than not. And that's why Mutu just looked like a world beater. It improved so much because the quality of the pass was so much better than it is now.
Expected Daniel Aponza to react, respond better to that set from Saklet Tariq, was right there in front of him. One of those moments, I suppose, when he took his eyes off.
And that's a couple of errors already in this match from Aponza, and we've kind of given him the benefit of the doubt that when he gets that nice high swing, it's almost a guaranteed point. But I wonder if that, you know, the pressure of always delivering can certainly weigh on his shoulders. One of the only 2 middles in the league to have more than 50 attack points. That's huge as a middle. Meanwhile, the heart rate of the assistant coach of Ahmedabad, pretty calm considering the situation and everything that's passed so far today.
Manoj, how's your ticker? Oh, okay, 103. Maybe he's, sensing victory.
He should be if you're looking at the way that Delhi is playing now compared to Ahmedabad. The pressure, they look a little fearful, Ahmedabad's side, and fair enough after what's just happened to one of their teammates. Can they get back in it mentally now?
McLean with a good ball for Dodge. Somehow they keep in play. Shanti John, now Angamottu. That's a much better block. Now the moves are out as well. Well, that block and then the shimmy.
2 similar positions. Dodic hit his a lot higher and got his feet inside the ball, extended with the arm over the top, and that ball just died. And Angamutu, we've seen that swing so many times. That big bang into the cross court isn't there in those out-of-system plays when they're blocking cross.
You know what else isn't there? The LED board after that serve.
How powerfully was that hit? Went and crashed into the Adras loadings. Way behind the end line. As senior Saklen Tariq, Mr. Mohammad Tariq Khan, physical education teacher and the volleyball coach. Another error, and that gives Delhi the second set. So then, Ahmedabad losing not just the second set, but also losing one of their star strikers. Nandagopal with some knee trouble has gone off. It's one apiece. Back in just a bit with the third set. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Season 3 of Rupee Prime Volleyball League, powered by 823. It's time for the Indian Terrain Volleyball Trivia. Let's meet our super fans. They already have their jerseys on. So what is your name? Who's your favorite player in Delhi Toofans?
My name is Daksh, and my favorite player is Shakline.
Okay, what is your name? Who's your favorite player on court today?
My name is Aaron. My favorite player is Angamuthu.
Angamuthu. Okay, I'm going to ask you a simple question. I'm going to keep the mic in the center. Whoever answers maximum number of questions will win the voucher. Ready? Let's go. And which Delhi Toofans middle order blocker has the highest attack points so far this season? Aponza. That's right. Any guesses on the points?
22.
22? No, it's 56, and his jersey number is 23. Okay, let me move on to the next question. And which international player from Ahmedabad Defenders also played at Club World Championship in December? Okay, I'm going to give you options. It's option, without option itself, you told it right. Give me a high five, and both are in the tie. Let me ask you one more question. Can you name 4 players who are playing for Ahmedabad Defenders from Tamil Nadu?
Angamuthu, Manoj,
He was first, so let's hear it from him.
Muthusamy, Angamuthu, Manoj,
And one person who got just injured now. Nanda, that's right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and both of you played very well, but Indian Terrain gift voucher goes to Ahmedabad Defenders fan. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you already saw a winner right here, and you can also be a winner by supporting this league on social media. And whatever pictures you take, there is a contest running called Asli Supporter Contest. What you have to do is very simple.
It's starting to heat up here in Chennai. The Ahmedabad defenders taking that first set pretty easily, but Delhi coming firing back in. And here's a look at the stats. The blocks certainly picking up on Delhi's side, but for me, one man fell off a little bit. Angamuthu had only 1 point in that last match, or that last set. If you compare that to Santosh had 6. So things just really picking up on Delhi's side.
Oh!
That man
What's
on his
occurring?
own, could cover spikes from zone 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Great wingspan.
And so could that man.
With his
Just
hair.
with his hair, yeah.
Yeah.
We love him. We've seen him a couple of times in the last few days. Super fan for Delhi.
Well, I think for him, the Rupe Prime Volleyball League is a hair-raising experience.
Not for this man, though.
And he raises the bar with his performance, and so does that man! Well, it hasn't been killed. Excellent defense, but he'll come again. Will he deliver this time? No, he won't. A matrix move from Anand to let the ball go. Excellent anticipation from young Anand. And that ball landed long to give Delhi the first point of this set.
A lot of weight on Angamuthu here. First time was a great swing. Brilliant resilience from Delhi, but we know they've got that. And at times he's really just struggling to access the line, especially when that ball doesn't quite get across his right shoulder.
Do you remember a couple days ago when Anand got called on a touch on his jersey and he was upset about it, and it kind of changed the momentum? Could this be a game-changing moment as well?
Shanti has been locked. High up Monza once again. He is a terror in that front court when it comes to defense. Now, you can't really blame Shanti John for not getting that one past because he hasn't had enough game time.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm going to put a lot of credit on that red super block to Delhi, because with that free ball, they gave it to Angamuthu. Now, without Nanda, Angamuthu is the biggest attacking threat. You give him the defensive ball when you can't put the ball away, you get him out of the offense, and then you're forcing the ball to either Shanti or to Max.
One of my favorite sights in this match has been to see Anand and Monza celebrate together. What a beautiful confluence of people from different parts of the world this league is, because young Anand from Kerala, who no one knew about until this league started, and then there's this player from Colombia. Young Anand from Kerala, India, and then you have this Colombian man coming in, playing together, vibing like brothers. Great sight. One of the success stories of this league, this. Muthu for Angamuthu. Gets the one. Not happy in Dodich.
The blocking's been so much better on Delhi's side, but I think Angamuthu needs to find more solutions. He's been the go-to player. He has that arm available on Dodich in front of him, and he gets the vision to use it this time because that ball is wide enough.
Yeah, and I would like to see more of that from Angamuthu. Not everything has to be like a slam into the angle or a slam to the line, like just staying high and wiping. He can actually learn a lot from Dodich in those situations where he understands when to hammer the ball Dodich, and he knows how to get a deflection and try and work it in his advantage.
Well, nothing to learn from that play except a miscommunication between setter and attacker. I'm not sure if Ponza knew that ball was for him, but certainly wasn't for Dodich. ultimately, no one taking it. 3 point for Ahmedabad. To the outside, Dodic now looks for hands, and Angamutu says not today. A big stuff block from the angle man. He's in there for the attack, but how about some defense as well?
Yeah, I mean, the defenders have got two choices, haven't they? They either push for their level to try and topple this Delhi team, or they just roll over.
Okay, I've got a rookie question for you, for all those who are new to watching volleyball on television. A combination block, a wave attack, all of these things, how many of those things can be pre-planned or pre-practiced, preset, and how much of it is instincts on court?
Oh, that's such a good question, Manish. I mean, you can train hours and hours and hours on every part of the game, but you have to react within split seconds to what's happening on the other side. And even on your own side, that first contact dictates where the setter is. That setter touches the ball, that dictates how fast you come into attack. Where the attacker is swinging dictates everything is train, 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 and then react.
That's exactly what didn't happen there. The communication is really the heartbeat of this sport. Didn't happen.
And this is the point we were talking about with Max Seneca and Mutu, is that they continue trying to fire that fast one in, and then a bit higher, and then a bit lower. They just have not found it yet.
Very costly. And what Seneca wants to do is challenge the block every time. Oh, that's costly as well! Straight through the seam! Santosh satisfied again with an Indian Oil super serve.
We've got another triple S in the house. Super server Santosh. Seku, you got a new friend.
A little float serving power. And this is an issue now because Shanti John and Shrikap, I don't think have got the most confidence in their pass, either of them this season. So to hit straight down the middle of them is a very good option. But into the net this time from Santosh. My worry here is that Ahmedabad needs to pass perfectly because Seneca needs to play a more offensive role than what we've seen throughout this competition. Shanti John off the bench needs to have another world-class outing here for the defenders to get over the line. Delhi just need to keep their side of things tidy, I think.
The pipe work goes past that triple block. Santosh's confidence is sky high, much like the expectations from Manoj Nair and the team.
Yeah, he's been brilliant tonight. And again, another super pickup from Anand. Threw a three-man block into the defense. And I think the problem there that Max will be turning around asking his players, his teammates, there are three blockers up. Why is there still a hole in the block? That's way too simple for Santosh to find.
Didn't this happen last night as well?
And a couple of nights before that. The service pressures getting to the defenders once again, and the Delhi Toofans are looking good at the moment. We're going back to the top of the Super 5 table.
Well, things starting to heat up. Kishore Kumar in the house, watching on from the sidelines, looking to take on, well, a little bit of insight from this match.
Question.
Answer.
Have you ever seen Kishore with those glasses on?
No, they reside comfortably on top of his
Permanently
head.
on top of the bonds.
They're a fashion statement, Louis. You know about that.
No, I wouldn't. Well, I got my new little Bombay Troopers. Other brands are available, by the way.
Well, things that are available right now for Ahmedabad is a ticket, an opportunity, a chance to take down Delhi, and they're going to have to grab it by the horns right now. Angamutsu going to be a big part of that. Swinging high. Smart swing for him there to get that one off the hands and out.
Yeah, in these moments, you need big, big characters. And I'm looking around and seeing Shanti John's first pass just going. Schleekamp is young as well. That's better from Shanti. But Anand is there again. It's a great retrieval from the young man. They come again, right side. Angamutsu. And that might just be what the doctor has ordered for Ahmedabad.
Angamutsu filling the prescription. It's a great defense there. Anand all over it to bring it back in play, but then it's a free ball, and you know that a high-level team's going to eat that up. Indeed they do, and this is Angamutsu at his best for me, when he's able to get that height, reach to the maximum, and still find his corners.
A total of 100 points for Angamutsu. Now, if he gets going, Ahmedabad just look doubly dangerous. It's his responsibility to ensure that they don't miss Nanda Gopal. All other aspects and facets have to come in as well. Beautifully done, that block by Ilya Burrell.
Well, now you can see that they're starting to believe, and that might just be the difference here. In the previous set, they looked a bit lost after Nanda was stretched off, and there's a change here as Sackwain's been removed.
Ahmedabad now 3 back-to-back points after that timeout to get them up to level. Jakar drops it. Back to the pipe, and it is good. That backcourt attack has been firing absolute bullets for Delhi.
That's such a gorgeous pipe attack. I'd love to take a look at it once again in the replay. Take a look at the wave. Wow!
Janchan just off the bench, finding Santos, like they've been playing together all evening long.
Same problem for me, though, in that block. Big, wide open space, field goal territory for Delhi.
That is a bullet from Lazar Dodic. Laser Dodic.
Imagine this, though. Ahmedabad start to feel like they're getting back into this game. And then boom, 2-point run. Seneca, their best pass of this competition, shanks one to the right, and all of a sudden, they're in the shank tank again, and they're starting to feel a little bit nervous.
Cannot afford to be up and down against a team like the Delhi Toofans. He'll keep coming hard at you. Ahmedabad need consistency. No! Angamutsu, no!
Oh, not again. Oh, no. We've already had Nanda stretch it off. We don't want to see anything else.
Wasn't it in the same spot?
Pretty much. Lightning can't strike twice, please. Just as I was going to say that it's just got a little bit predictable using Angamutsu in these situations. That's why you can get across. They know where it's going, but it was just landing on the ankle, I think, was the problem. I haven't got on who it is. I think it's Annie James, isn't it? And he's been struggling already with sickness. He's had a couple of games off to rest himself, and he'll be devastated. It's not been after a great start to the season for him. It's been a tough couple of weeks in this short season for the lefty.
Well, we hate to see it. Hate to see it for any athlete at any level. But his team, again, will be looking to win for him. Hard to tell if it's the knee or the ankle.
I think it's the ankle.
Oh, okay.
Grimacing in pain. Worried faces. The supporters of the captains getting into it as well. Make sure Young lad is okay. So is Aponza. While the others continue the proceedings. Delhi with a 3-point lead. No Aponza, no Saklin Tariq on court. Doric is the key. Oh, he delivers a double whammy. Double delight. Double whammy. Double tiramisu.
Double tiramisu.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time to me, Manish. But two Indian Oil super serves, and also just after what happened to Annie James, that takes character. And have a look at that.
That bromance is one of my favorite between the two of them.
Well,
Anand and Dodic
Not
are
just carrying the weight of expectations, also carrying Anand home.
the weight of Anand.
Yep, which is hardly anything, I suppose.
Yeah, he's light as a feather in terms of throwing his body around defensively. But Delhi now in a position where they have to turn it on, right? We saw Ahmedabad crumble a little bit after losing one of their players. Delhi, can they do something different?
I tell you what, if you're, well, let's have a look at Sajjad Hussain, Malik's heart rate 103, nothing's really changing there. If you're Mumbai or the Bengaluru Torpedoes, you're going to be, well, letting off a sigh of relief at the moment, because if Ahmedabad win this game, it is wide open again down there at the bottom of the table for that third place in the Super Fives. If Delhi win this, well, then that Mumbai-Bengaluru game becomes a fascinating encounter.
Yeah, it'll be one of those two teams that go through to be in the top 3. That's what this race is all about. Shanti John pushes it across, doesn't try the spike. Well, a sharp angle enabled by that man, using his height to great effect, and found a diamond in the process. 14-8 gives them 6 set points to go 2-1 up. That's Delhi for you. What a comeback.
Have a look at this angle. Are you kidding me? Between the hands. And it's again, Janshad is in now doing some work. Rohit is in off the bench. So this for me is the shining light of Delhi. They have depth on their squad.
Doric has been serving rockets all evening. That one landing long. But it's okay. They can serve big right now.
You have a look at this team and you think about the players they recruit. I think we said this before. You've got your Annie James, you've got your Rohit, you've got your big players there, Santosh, a league winner. Then you go, okay, we need 2 good setters. Sat playing his first season, his set point here, by the way, and a great serve from Angamutu brings one back. And then you go, okay, we need to get 2 good foreigners in the middle and in the opposite position. And haven't they done that? They've recruited so well, Delhi, this season. Nobody's disappointed anyone.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And this is something we go over and over about, that balance in all areas. There are some teams where you look and you think there's a little piece missing for Ahmedabad. It's that second outside hitting spot, finding one player to fill all those roles in terms of serve, defense, and swinging, whereas you have Max, Nanda, and Shanti John that have a little piece of each of that. But for Delhi, they are filling the puzzle pieces, and also from the bench they're doing it.
The next 2 sets is what they need, Ahmedabad, to win this one and stay in the hunt, stay alive. If they lose tonight, it will be curtains confirmed for them. They've lost 2 already. Both those games in 5 sets, first to Bengaluru and then to Mumbai. And against Bengaluru, they won the first 2 sets and just threw it away. Took their eyes off, put off the pedal as well, and Bengaluru stormed back to win 3-2. What a move that is! That is a magic moment from Janshad.
That'll do it. Set, done, and dusted for Delhi. And again, how many times can we say the same thing? Janshad coming off the bench in a clutch moment, throws a ball to the corner, and Ahmedabad just watching in dismay. They might just be watching their dreams of a final disappear with that ball hitting the corner. Well, we'll take a little break now. It's 2-1 for Delhi as they lead heading into the 4th. Make sure you come back.
Okay, it's 2-1 Delhi here, and Ahmedabad are on the brink of not being able to qualify for the eliminator for a place in the final. 8 blocks to 6, service points 4-1. Laser Dodic, a big player in the last set. More unforced errors from Delhi though.
Yeah, but not a lot from either team. That's what I've been actually quite impressed with, is that was something we talked about Ahmedabad needing to bring down in this match. They have done that. However, they need to bring up their efficiency, their effectiveness in the attack on the offense, being aggressive equally as much as they don't make errors.
I think it's time to pull out all stops. Let the floodgates open, go all out. Even if you do get knocked out, do so with a blaze of glory. That's what you expect from the defending champions. Is this the last set of the match? Or can Ahmedabad take this to set number 5?
Well, Ahmedabad's going to be hoping, praying with everything that they have. But we got a review on the first point of the set. Dodic asking for a finger touch.
Botu says, is it me? No, I didn't touch it. Then asks his fellow blocker, did you? Anyhow, we'll find out with the replay.
Dodic is usually pretty good in these situations, one of those players that's only a couple of times we've seen him swing blindly and get that big block. He likes to go off the hands, and we remind you of this all the time. When he was up here in the commentary box, he said, I love 2 blockers up against me. I love having to find a way around it, swinging high, getting that touch. Let's see if he does.
More of a difficult swing when the ball's being passed off the net from Santosh deep at 5. And remember, a little change in the rules for Super 5s. You are allowed 2
unsuccessful reviews.
Unsuccessful reviews. I was going down the word of challenges. If your review is successful, you keep it. Keep using them the whole way through the game, should you not have 2 that are unsuccessful. That's pretty tight, isn't it? If you're...
Yeah, I usually look for a little wiggle, a little awkward looking finger movement on these plays. And I have to say, I don't think that I see one. Unless there's a touch on the net, but that's not what they're asking for. Pretty good looking block though, in terms of 3 players up, taking away a lot of space. And look at the score, it's still 0-0, but that's how important this match is. Well, more for Ahmedabad than Delhi. Unsuccessful review. So there is 1 lost for Delhi. I think they still have 1. They did have a review earlier, but it went their way. So there you go. Ahmedabad still has both of them in the pocket.
Real good accurate serve last time out from Ilya Baral, going deep to position 5. He goes there again, but this time the ball's not as deep. It's in front of Santosh, which makes it easier to get his arms on the ball. So second chance from the right side. Good cover again. That one is out. Ahmedabad, 2 from 2.
Well done to Santosh for getting to it at least. 2-0 to Ahmedabad in set number 4. They're down 2-1, remember?
Big blocking play there from Seneca, 2 in a row. And there's good coverage on Delhi's side, so they're making sure they're making that effort, but second time of asking, no chance. Brau again.
Predictable serve. Was there a touch? I reckon there was. And the point has been awarded to the Delhi Toofans. Muthuswamy Apu questions why what? Afonso says review it.
Dodgy Dodic. Looking for the hands every time.
And there was a little bit of chatter there in between after those touches. I don't know that they would have seen a touch if they did review it, but Muthu turning around saying, yeah, actually I did get a little bit of that.
Oh,
heavy
great
serve.
That is a hammer. Seneca with the second. Now Angamuthu tries something funny. Cheeky, Afonso. Shanti's there always. Angamuthu can't spike it. Will it be for Laser? No, it's Santosh. And they get it.
This is starting to look like a pattern. Swing that ball out wide. Go for the hands of Muthu. A couple times now, it's paid off. excellent play by Delhi to work that ball and get it into the situation again. They're just keeping things alive over and over again.
Keeping it simple, aren't they? They can't run the middle from there. Very difficult. They might be able to run the pipe, but they know Mutu's slightly on the short side. And off that slow ball, staying high and hitting deep corners will never do you any harm.
Good serving run ends from Amal.
He's really unnoticed, and he's a real consistent player in this team in terms of passing and serving. He hasn't let this team down whatsoever this season. And we talk about Anu more, we talk about Rohit more, we talk about Santosh more, but he's doing a very good job in what he does.
You're exactly right. Lots of players that can filter into this Delhi squad, but one of them that continues to be a shining light, Dodic.
I think a part of their the Delhi Toofans routine is for the player that wins the point, that player has to pick up Anand. That seems to be part of the routine.
Yeah, probably. How many times? We'll keep an eye on it. Count it. There's 2 at least for this.
No. Okay, notice it in real time next time. Seneca has been blocked by Ayush Kasnia. No, he hasn't.
No, it's a point for Ahmedabad. But you have a look at the bigger picture here, and this pass is a really vulnerable one from Shanti John. It's fired in overhand, and in turn, Muti does a good job to lift the ball to the right side. So all I'm seeing here is that Ahmedabad, yes, they're winning by 1, but are they putting together their cleanest volleyball at the moment to see them to 15 first? Let's wait and see.
Santosh almost took the captain with him. Ooh. Another big swipe, and he gets it. Who's that man? Shanti John. Shikhar getting into the act as well.
Well, well, well. This is a beauty of a set from Max Seneca. Overhead, backwards, and Shanti John just that tiny bit inside, but does so well to make something of it. That's a great connection there between those two.
That's one of the best sets we've seen in this entire competition. It was unreal.
Seneca also, I think with those ball handling moments, also goes unnoticed for his side. That one less so. Missing, not by a whisker, more like an arm.
That's on its way back to Brisbane, that one. But at the same time, they have to be aggressive. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Aggressive behavior, because as Manish said, they have to throw the kitchen sink at it now.
Once again, a very good set, and it works. So that combination comes alive, who knows? And the man might well go on to win this one in 5 sets. They lead by 2 in the 4th.
And that's another thing that we need to pay attention to. Seneca getting aced a couple of times in the last set. This time really clean under pressure of that serve. If he's putting those kind of balls in, that's a different squad for Ahmedabad as well, because now they've got Shanti John on the outside to clean it up.
Yeah, I'm interested to why they're not going after Shanti John a little bit more in the pass.
Yeah.
And Shrikant. I would be leaving Seneca well alone.
Yeah.
Well, if you hit hard. So that will draw the error from the block there. And that's been a key feature of Laser Donic's exploits in Season 3 here.
I think another thing that really lays into this matchup here is that Shanti John and Shrikant have both struggled more with float serves than they have done with spin serves. And Delhi are quite a, yes, you've got the odd spin server, Dodic, and Santosh has got one up his sleeve as well, but they float serve pretty well.
Straight to Shrikant. Chance for the pipe. Still not over. Anand brings it back for another shot straight to Seneca. Muthu now for Shanti. Does he have it? Yes, he does. That's a set of 3 points really for that duo in very quick succession.
The thing I really love about Shanti's style is it doesn't have to be perfect. That ball a little faster, the one before a little higher and slower, but he reacts really well. He gets his feet there, and then he's looking at the block as he's in the mid-air. Just a really good player in terms of reactionary play.
Yeah, he's put 2 very good balls down as of late. If I was Delhi, though, I'd be a little bit disappointed with the blocking. The first one off of Ayush, where he didn't quite close, and that one where there was too much of a gap between the 2 blockers off a high ball when it was obvious it was going to position 4. This is a good set, though. Delhi is certainly pushing back. Dodic has been immense this evening.
Yeah, exactly. He's definitely someone we talked about as having to come to the forefront. Does it again here. And I just wonder why Shrikant didn't give Seneca a chance to throw an arm at that. Could have come up, unless there was a touch in the net that we didn't notice. But you're absolutely right, Dodic firing some points in here today.
Well, now Aponza's on the front court, and I think that spells some real big trouble for Shanti John, because Shanti's had the better of the matchup against Ayush, but the way that Aponza is getting across the net and moving laterally is going to be tougher. But he brings Barao in, and he hasn't really used Barao the whole season, but he's delivering the goods in the absence of Nanda. Team all called technical timeout. We are going to fizz off for a very quick break.
We are back, and we are right in the middle of the 4th set here. A must-win for Ahmedabad, who are down 2-1. And have a look at that. They're at the bottom of the points table here in the Super 5s. Delhi on number 2 spot, looking to overtake and go to the top. They've been on top form, winning 7 matches in a row. Ahmedabad not looking like the defenders that they were last season, but this man right here might be able to make a difference. Shanti goes high and long. Looked like he had a bit of fear there to go full throttle with the serve. This man's been fantastic as well. Janshad coming on for Saklane, making a difference on Delhi's side. Quick to the middle again. Rao dug by Anand outside. Rohit tipping it over. Not going down yet. Mutu back to his man. And there it is, right in the corner from the angle man. He was relatively quiet in the last set as well.
Been quiet at the start of this set, but they need him desperately. Shanti John's got a lot of the ball, but the angle man does well to stay high. So I mean, in those slow ball situations, when you have 2 blockers and you're that high, hitting the back corners or somewhere towards them, just the smartest swing you can possibly have.
Always a safe bet.
Janshad, bordered edge, and it's worked. That is such a well-controlled spike, incredible swing. So much skill, it wasn't about power. And Delhi will want to close this one in 4.
They just don't go anywhere, Delhi, do they? I think that's the impressive thing about them. That first pass is lacking again, though. But Dodic saying that he enjoys hitting the slow ball against 2 blockers is probably a bit of a godsend for this team when they are out of system, and he enjoys it.
The other thing is, he's an opposite, right? So usually in rotation 1, when the opposite has to swing on the outside, that can be a weak zone for many a team at the highest level internationally. However, Dodic has been fantastic in that outside zone, so that is not a weak area whatsoever.
Senior Mr. Tariq hasn't smiled ever since he arrived here. Looks like a strict coach and a strict father.
Looks like Saklane to me.
Yeah, Saklane looks like him.
They are identical facial expressions. Wouldn't want to mess with either of them.
Yeah, game face on really. As Ahmedabad lead by 3, courtesy that block. Denied Santosh, 1v1. Well done by Angamuthu. Using his height to good effect for a change in the defense.
And one of the points, Louis, you made this in the last match. A man like Jerome, attacking but not so great in the defense. Angamuthu getting a big block there, huge for his team in terms of adding those extra elements to his role.
Well, this time, Donic blocks the Angamuthu spike. Once again, wasn't in position for a big swing. He had to adjust his shot. No going past that triple block.
So they're the swings that you'd see from Tom Heptonstall, where he'd just volley the ball onto the setter, or he'd just dump it over. And I think this is one criticism of Angamuthu at times. When that ball is inside, and he is in that situation, he tries to hammer through a block that's not going anywhere.
Exactly right. It was not the moment for him to swing. That one, on the other hand, though, only one blocker up on that occasion. No problem. Well, the whistle's been blown. Donic asking if that ball actually touched the antenna or if it could have been played out. Delhi do still have one review left. If they want to use it on this is a question. Probably not. There's that defense up Ponza. Oh yeah, that's definitely in the net. The whistle might have been blown just a tad early. However, there wasn't really much chance of him getting that back on court.
12-9. Chance 3 away from taking this to set number 5. Now 2 away.
Wow, Santosh's pass has gone a little bit. What do you do now, Denny? Because all of that fire that you had been put out, there's a little puncture in their performance.
And the setter there, Janshad, backcourt, so that's why he's not allowed to go up and attack that ball and be part of the offense or the defense above the net because he's a backcourt player at the moment. 3-point for Ahmedabad, but a super point's been called. Delhi wanting to make this one worth 2. Max Seneca on the serve. Oh, and he gives it away. A free ride for Delhi. 2 points in the pocket.
We've seen that happen many times in this league for Max Seneca. Under pressure, makes a mess of himself.
Smart call at the FBI super point. Managed there knowing that that happened just a couple of nights ago to Max Seneca. And Lightning has struck twice. And Dodic needs some heroics again. That's a very good serve from Dodic. Angamuthu, can you? Yes, you can! Give it a rip, Angamuthu, and steer your team towards set point. Big players always show up in big games. At the heart of Sajjad Hussain Malik, it's buzzing.
Well, there's a timeout on court. No surprise there because Delhi wanting to have a little bit of a break, but I think things in terms of smooth and teamwork and just the little things are going better for Ahmedabad's way. The first set we saw them dropping balls, or not the first, excuse me, the second set. Confusion between players. Now they're looking like a much more cohesive unit. All right, here's something that we're going to talk to you about, but I don't think any of the players are taking note of. It's the fair play points table. The rules are if you do something that's deemed fair, then the referees give you a couple of points. If you do something that they don't like, you're going to be docked a couple of points. Ahmedabad and Delhi are right there at second and third.
I'd love to know how they got to 4.66, the Calicut Heroes.
Can only imagine.
Sportsmanship, discipline, respect are the key attributes. Also integrity, much like life.
So why is Calicut bottom of the fair play league?
Great question, Louis Le. And we will leave that up to the judgment of the viewers.
Did they cut points because of Kishore Kumar's colored glasses? No. He'd win a lot of points on flair play. don't know what, fair play. 2 set points for the Ahmedabad defenders to take it to 5. Santosh with the serve. Muthuswamy, can they close it now? Angamuthu is the man that will ensure that this match goes to set number 5. This has been quite a comeback. Despite losing Nandagopal, Ahmedabad have continued to fight valiantly. And it's paid off. They have forced Delhi to play set number 5. Are we in for an upset? Delhi have won 7 in a row. Can they make it 8? Or will that be stopped tonight? Back in just a minute. Stay tuned.
For the 3rd time in the Super 5s, the Ahmedabad defenders go to a 5th set, this time against the Delhi Toofans. Here are the stats, and there's nothing between them in sets, but there's a little bit between them in a few of these stats.
Yeah, a couple more aces on one side, but I just think the pressure right now that's on Ahmedabad, you can see it right there in Sajjad Hussain Malik's heart rate, but they have to win this. They must get the W. Manoj now on the other side has a little bit more breathing room, I'd say. There's some cushion there for his team if they don't get this W.
But they might start thinking of how they desperately need to finish at 1 and go straight to the finals. Remember, the format of the Super 5s is such, if you finish at 1, you go straight to the finals. The teams at 2 and 3 play the eliminator. So clearly, Delhi Toofans will be aiming high, aiming at the top spot to ensure which they need to win tonight. And their next as well, possibly. Good stuff from Anand. And somehow they figured a way to sneak a point from Al Thomas there with the first of set number 5.
Yeah, Ahmedabad's track record in the 5 sets isn't that good. And I think he mentioned it earlier on, you either get used to winning in the 5th set or it becomes a little bit of an issue. And I wonder what's happening here, because I think that's Dogic serving, but instead of going for the full rip jump serve, he's decided to stand down and float, keeping errors to a minimum and relying on the block. Anand is there again. Ponza, does he reach over? He doesn't think so.
Anand with your defensive devilish ways again. Yeah, Ponza called for a cheeky little grab over the net, but I'm just so impressed over and over again. And I know, Louis, you and I were on this slightly, but there's the tip. Ball's coming back in the direction. Anand out of nowhere. Front court says they're sleeping on it, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to help you out with this.
Also gets it back up in a flash to be in position. One apiece. This is going to be one hell of a set. This 5th one between these two sides. Max Seneca for a change, no service error. Coast to coast, dot edge. Did he hit that into the antenna? Yep.
No, he hit it straight into the antenna, who is Angamutu. That big tall man on the right side of the court.
Walking, moving, spiking antenna.
And those two have been going back and forth. It's a cred super block for Angamutu, who's been hot and cold, but I think as soon as he gets hot, if he's hot in this 5th set, that's make or break. That's done if you're Ahmedabad.
That's why they had more spikes than Delhi. At the end of the 4th set, we saw a stats. Ponza, no kill, Shikhar, for Shanti. That goes long, and Ahmedabad want to challenge it. And I reckon they should. They might have just hit the line.
Next on against Delhi. A few individual errors are creeping in, and John gets away with it.
Now Ponza putting his hand up saying, yep, that's me. Exactly right. I think that Ahmedabad know better than anyone. They stole that point.
Chaklin Tarik's back on court. The pipe didn't work with Seneca at the back. He comes in as well. Got a pipe. Ponza didn't get a hand to it, but not good enough. So Ahmedabad now started to run away in this game. What's happening?
This
should worry Mumbai and Bengaluru.
This is wild now.
Get Max Seneca involved in the pipe. Would anyone have expected that? We haven't seen him hit a pipe, I don't think, all match long. And then this is the time to do it in the 5th set. He's fantastic at it, but a 4-1 lead. Ahmedabad have to hold on to it.
Yeah, I just think Delhi have frozen a little bit. As we have a look at the points table, this is such a big win. Ahmedabad will go up to 1 win with Bengaluru and Mumbai. Bengaluru still have to play against Mumbai. And to my maths, Ahmedabad still have to play against Calicut. Wow.
That won't be an easy one, but if they can win tonight, Ahmedabad, they'll believe they can perhaps push Calicut, and who knows, on their day, who knows, Angamutu comes up with something magical, and by some stroke of luck and genius, they finish at number 3, then play the eliminator. Who knows? That may happen as well. Delhi can have a poor 5, 7, 8, 10 minutes of play and might just still get Ahmedabad win in 5.
It's not great enough here. Anand passes off the net, and then it's always a struggle to get the ball back in rhythm.
This is the 3rd review overall for Delhi. They already have 1 unsuccessful review. If this one goes astray, they'll be done in terms of reviews. So I really hope that they are certain of what they saw, because this could be a turning point in terms of if they have the ability to take a review when they really need it later on.
Was there a touch?
Da, 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 da.
At the Star Wars.
I'm not sure what that was.
Superman.
Yeah. Index finger, Shikhar Singh, left hand. Thank you very much.
Ooh, Manish called it. Called it. Manish Batavia in the booth.
Lifeline for Delhi here.
Well, there you go. review successful. Delhi.
Keep the review, yeah?
They'll keep it.
I tell you what, Manish, if the TV commentary and the presenting ever goes downhill for any reason, challenge referee is right in your area.
You guys promise to say good things about me?
Absolutely not.
Muthuswamy Appavu for Shikhar Singh. He gets one back, Shikhar. Such a great reaction, that one. Great reflexes from the young man. He knew exactly what the captain was going to do. He was ready for the kill. And so he did. Nicely done.
Where's he been for the last few sets? Because he was really hot in set number 1. Went a little bit quiet, but Muthu feeding him heavy there.
Yeah, and fair play to Muthu. What he's having to do here is share the wealth around to everybody and get them all in, because he can't rely on Nanda. So he's having to really balance out his offense by not oversetting Angamutu, because if you do that, that's not going to win you the game. When you go to Angamutu, you want him in situations where he's going to have one blocker on him.
Good swing there. Another one by Dodic. Well, he had plenty of space to work with there. They're finding him really good situations on the net. Flat serve from Aponza off the net. Angamutu not down yet. Back to Dodic again off the hands.
It was a late reaction from Dodic. Angamutu will go again. Second, Amal. Time for a spike, but the triple block. He had oodles of time, Santosh, to convert that one, and he has somehow managed to do so.
I want to see that one again in slow motion, because I think the question here for Muthu to the referee is how long did he hold that ball in his hand? There's a very subtle difference between a throw and grabbing the ball and changing the direction of it. You cannot actually physically hold the ball and then throw it. It's got to stay active in the air.
Just get the feeling Delhi are now starting to catch some rhythm. Daniel Aponza, who's he going to go to?
Three count.
Or Shanti. Or above Ilya Burrao down the line. No, he goes straight to Srikanth. Well done, Louis. Muthuswamy Appavu for Ilya Burrao. Not bad, not bad. Very cool-headed.
Yeah. I think, again, that ball's lifted. There's no sort of rhythm with everybody, but he does a good job there, Muthu, to get the middle in. It's not an easy pass, especially with so much height on it, for everybody to get their rhythm. More of a safety pass from Srikanth again. Have to keep an eye on that dynamic throughout the latter stages.
You're exactly right about the set, though. Muthu forcing Ilya Burrao, and I think that was a risky one, because if he had forced it and the block had taken it, we would have said, oh, that wasn't the set, that wasn't the time to do it, but he's the glory guy now because it worked.
Look at Blobby in the background.
I'd like a heart rate on Blobby.
Glued to it. Hasn't taken his eyes off it.
Doesn't blink.
You blink and you miss so much. At this league, Muthuswamy Appavu for Shanti, pushes it across. A one-handed dig on and now for Dodic. Ooh, this protection. Longest rally developing. Unless Angamutu can come up with the kill. Ahmedabad has the point. Why?
I think there's a net touch. And if you're Denny, you're kicking yourself really, because you've got yourself into a good position defensively, because Srikanth again has brought the ball so off the net with that first phase of play. They've got chances here, Delhi, but they can't make the most of them.
Which is interesting. We're usually saying that about Ahmedabad, and Delhi is the one picking people off.
Good work by Srikanth. Now, I don't think Shanti expected the ball to be set for him for that fight. Reacted late by a fraction of a second, I think, and then tried to overcompensate.
Great pickup here. And then Muthu put his hand up after the set to say that was a little bit off by me, but I think Shanti will be looking at it and saying, why did I turn that back towards Ayush? I had wide open real estate on the right side.
Yeah, Burrao was also in fairly good rhythm in transition as well, having landed on the block. But the Ayush with a really good read to know it was coming through Shanti John. That was the break they needed.
Seneca, coast to coast, and he just spikes it like it's child's play. This guy can do it in the middle of the night, as soon as he wakes up, without rubbing his eyes. Makes it look so easy. Ahmedabad lead by 2. Time now for an Amul Cool technical timeout. Back in just a minute with the climax of this match.
Well, it is just starting to get interesting also for these players here. The Amul Cool emerging player nominees, a couple of them out on court. Anand, the 21-year-old libero of the Delhi Toofans, and Nanda, who unfortunately had to head off to the hospital earlier. We are wishing him nothing but a speedy recovery. His team now looking for a win here in the 5th. They're 8-6 up over a team that's gone undefeated in the last 7 matches. And another point goes the way of Ahmedabad with a net touch. How many of those errors have we seen in this set alone? Ahmedabad running away with it.
It's got very scrappy, isn't it? You think about the game yesterday between the Torpedoes and the Heroes. Real clean, aggressive game, both teams going for it. And I feel here there's a lot of tension riding on this one. Oh my word, there's a lot of tension in the chest of Sajjad Hussain Malik.
He went past 130, I think, last evening. A 3-point lead. Now to courtesy that big shot. Has got the block to send the ball long. 9-7. Still with Ahmedabad.
Dodic coming up trumps again, over and over again. He's been the player of the match for me on Delhi's side.
Yeah, me too. He's been sensational. But unfortunately, nobody else is really firing around him as they usually do. Seneca coming in clutch. This would be huge for Ahmedabad. It would be huge for the lead. The super fights heating up again.
Yeah, well, a 3-point lead now. Just wondering if this is as much about Delhi switching off slightly as it is about Ahmedabad switching on.
Well, one of the things is Seneca coming to the forefront. That connection, if you remember, with Mutu was off over and over again throughout the match. But if he's finding it now, then it's a different look at Ahmedabad. Error called in the net, it looks like.
That was such a good swing from Ronin. The first pass was pretty shoddy, high and off the net. But in fact, he managed, look at the approach, it's very laboured, but he still manages to turn it round and hit C-Camp quite deep. Very good swing, as catching as it was.
To the middle, tipping it, yes, Shakar gets it done. And that's the sign for me of a great middle. He did not swing blindly. He did not say, that set is low, I can't do anything else with it. He just said, you know what, let me find the floor, even if my elbow's bent and awkward.
Booty Sammy's done a really good job here. Yes, his positioning in every set's not been perfect, but he's using everybody. He's used Baral, he's used Shanti, he's using Angamutu, and in turn, I think he's steering the ship for this performance.
I think he sort of sensed the occasion and sensed the responsibility on his shoulders. Also the fact that He hasn't allowed the team to miss Nandagopal. They haven't lived in the past. They haven't allowed Nandagopal simply to affect the team's morale.
Yeah.
They kept asking questions.
Yeah, he's really had to change the way he's thinking without Nanda. He's had to give more ball to Burrell than we've seen. He's had to use the pipe with Seneca. We haven't seen as much of that as Key said earlier on. I just think he's done a great job, but...
Oh, was that a two-pointer? No, it went straight to the hands of the player trying to defend it. Let's find out. Went straight to Srikanth, yes. So the gap is only one now. Which team will have the guts to call for the SBI Super Point? Can be called for by both teams or either teams on or before the 11-point mark. Ahmedabad have called for the review. Now Manoj Nair, man of few words.
I would say the Super Point's coming should the Delhi Toofans lose this next one. So if it's a side out from Ahmedabad and it's 12-10, I think Manoj Nair will get the paddle out.
I just wonder if this is a moment where the two different coaching styles really comes into play. Manoj Nair, who talks about it being two-way traffic when it comes to his team, being open to their ideas, really it being a team-led situation, whereas Ahmedabad's Prangan is always on them about running his system and his points, his style of tactics. So could that play out here? And there you go, there it is. The Super Point, the SBI Super Point has been called. This one's worth 2.
Called for by Ahmedabad. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. You can see Santosh grimacing in the pain of having given it away to Ahmedabad, who now lead by 3. Just 2 away from winning this in 5.
Well, out of rhythm again, it's just a stable ball. And that's all they needed from Angamutu.
Angamutu with 19 points already. That's his highest this season. We talked about him being important, coming to the forefront, but now an SBI Super Point called by Delhi in return.
Potentially match point. If Ahmedabad win this, they will have the game. Santosh. An error. It doesn't matter. Delhi will win this. Now Ahmedabad said no. We want to review this. More drama.
Do they still have 2? To the best of my knowledge, Ahmedabad still have 2 reviews they can use. So this isn't a risky review to take at this point. It's risky if they don't take it, if anything.
Grassy volleyball under pressure from Delhi. The first pass was off from Santosh, and we had to get creative because he had 3 blockers up on him, I think. This is going all the way. Manoj. I have to say, Dragan Mihailovic calling the Super Point off the back of the timeout is something we didn't see coming, and it was a bit of a masterstroke, I think.
Now, Ahmedabad saying there was no net touch.
I thought it was for a lift, you know.
Here we go, let's see. Oh. There it is.
Yep, there certainly was a net touch.
Has Angamutu done a Daniel Montezadi?
Is that what we're calling it from now on? If you just don't feel your hand ripping through the net. Interesting. Could it? Well, the point will go Delhi's way. It's an unsuccessful review, and that is huge in the scheme of things. Get themselves back to within 1.
Aponza's got this real hybrid of a serve that he can really rip. The challenge is he going to rip it right here, right now?
1 point, the gap between these two teams. Ahmedabad in the lead now. 13-12, they're 2 away. Big serve coming up. Big moment this. Daniel Aponza, the Colombian. Can he crack it up? No, just pushes it across. Srikanth, Motto. Here we go, Angamoto. He has it. Match point. Hugs in the huddle of the Ahmedabad defenders. They know how much that spike means.
Tonight, Angamutu has delivered an epic performance.
Angamutu Angamutu coming to the front when he's needed. That is exactly the Angamutu I remember from last year. Bringing up set point for his team, match point now.
Save one, they have one more. That was a nervous fight.
Laser Doggett, step on up, son. All the pressure on you, and your jump serve if you choose to use it now. Great swing from Santosh, he did his job.
Heading for a photo finish. Dodic, straight to Srikanth. Now Muthu, who is he going for? Who else? But Angamuthu is done it! Ahmedabad winning 5! Ahmedabad stay alive! To fight another day! The super fight gets more dramatic. Or does it? Ooh.
Mutu has just run over and said you can't call a challenge, which to me says they're guilty of something. In the meantime, Delhi was certain that the paddle had to come out. Well, Mutu Sami's turned into angry Mutu again here.
What on earth could they be challenging? I mean, I appreciate the Manoj Nair now is throwing the last dice that he can. However, what did he think he saw?
Well, whatever he thought he saw, it was off the blockers of his team. They all looked round to him at the same time and said, challenge now.
So a net touch is what we're hearing on Angamutu, perhaps? Oh, this is big. This is big.
No one looks overly confident on the Ahmedabad side of things, do they?
Oh.
If it was me and I didn't think I'd hit the net, I would be going and changing my shoes right now. And
right, there's the touch.
okay,
There's the land. And then there's the net. Oh, we need to see the ball at the same time. That's the only way we'll know.
I think the ball must have landed, but there was a touch. That's going to slow the game down.
Touch.
Oh, I think this could be very close.
Land. That's fascinating. And no one's even close to playing that ball after the touch. That's what's fascinating, is that on a technicality, Delhi might be let off the hook here, because if that ball's still in air, as Angamutu hits the net, which he clearly does.
Yep, now we'll know.
There it is.
Best possible angle.
Oh dear.
Oh,
It
Delhi.
is in the air.
Oh,
It is in the air. It is in the air. A lifeline for Delhi then.
Wow.
Wow, wing.
That is incredible.
I've never seen anything like it.
So will it be a point for Delhi? Yes, it should be.
Oh, Manoj Nair is pumped up like a boisterous teenager. Now what's his heart rate like? There, that cup of joy has been snatched for a while at least by the Delhi Toofans from the Ahmedabad defenders. Pause your celebration, Ahmedabad, said the Delhi Toofans. What a good review. Now you need a gap of two. Dodic with the serve. Ahmedabad under pressure. Can they recover? Big spike. Lands long. Match point. Delhi Toofans. What's happening? This is not for the faint-hearted. Oh my word. This is ridiculous.
No review, and this is pressure. Srikanth again, they're targeting him. It's a pass that's so loose to the left, and Shanti tries to turn it line and misses. This league is wild.
Match point. First one. Can Delhi close it now? Muthusamy for Angamuthu. Oh, he's been blocked once. They'll have to try again. Second block. Anand. Oh, this is heart-stopping stuff. Someone give me a glass of water.
If you're not glued to your television right now, are you even a volleyball fan? Wow! Incredible defensive acrobatics from Anand there off court, but the touch of the net gets another lifeline for Ahmedabad.
15 apiece. Got it. Claims the touch. They have a review left. Doesn't matter. The point has been given to the Delhi Toofans. They have another match point. Second match point for Delhi.
Sakit's heart rate was 152.
I think the heart rate monitor shall give up.
I think he needs a glass of water before you, Manish. You see a touch there?
Ball went out. Oh, I don't even know. Moment's gone, doesn't matter. Delhi on their second match point.
This has to be the most dramatic climax to the fifth set in this league in this season. This is crazy.
So many other teams' seasons are defined right here too.
Nervous. Angamuttu saves one more. It's a foregone conclusion when Muthusamy goes to Angamuttu. 99 out of 100 times. 16 apiece.
Angamuttu's had the match of his life right now with over 20 points. He hasn't done that all season long, and he's picking it up, bringing it tonight when it really matters.
You need a Ponza in the front court. He's off court at this stage. Saklin Tariq, Ayush Kasne are very much there. Scores level. Santosh, Saklin, Amal. They will try again. This time they'll try harder. And it won't work. He was not in position, Amal. Hits it. Way out.
I think it's the smart move. Let's watch it again. They withdraw the hands because they know that Amol is going to try and go for the block. Wow.
So smart by Mutu. He pulled his hands. He didn't even jump, and then the middles pull away.
You need a Ponza. You need a Ponza on court. Why is he off court? Match point. Ahmedabad, the third. Can Delhi stretch it further? No, they won't! What a win! This is a magnificent finish. Not for the faint-hearted. Ahmedabad stay alive. They win this by the skin of their teeth. Hugs between Dragan and Sajjad Hussain Malik. They win in 5. They break Delhi's unbeaten streak of 7 wins. They stay alive to fight another day. This is a big result that will worry Mumbai and Bengaluru. Both teams giving it all they had in set number 5. It was meant to be for Ahmedabad. No Nanda Gopal, they kept fighting. They kept knocking on the doors of a victory. And finally Lady Luck smiled. They wrote their own destiny tonight. And they win a game that they were expected to lose against all odds. A big upset. Well done to the Ahmedabad defenders. Back in just a bit.
Well, in a match that was a must-win for the defenders, they did not disappoint. It was a huge ask coming up against the Delhi Toofans, who had been 7 matches in a row undefeated, but with their backs against the wall. Well, the defending champions came to the party. They had a big start, helped by that man right there, Angamutu. There was everything on the table, but they knew what they had to do. The Delhi Toofans responding with defense and blocking and continuing to push them play by play. Injury by 2 players, 1 on each side. They knew they had to find a way. Angamutu, 21 points in this match. He was backed up by Shikhar, who had 4 big blocks. In the twists and the turns, Aponza came to the party, as did that fresh, young-faced middle. Seneca and Mutu not finding their connection, and some aces on Delhi's side, putting Ahmedabad in a difficult situation. But, well, there were a couple of names that did not let go. One of them, Shanti John, who came to the forefront. Haven't seen him throughout the season, but this is a time for him to step up. Dodic was fantastic on the outside. Well, the pressure was high. The action was good. But Angleman Angamutu finishing the job for his side, almost, until eventually it had to be done. Well, they had to stay in it, and they did. Ahmedabad defenders with the win, 3-2.
Well, there are the stats. 4 more successful spikes, more service points from the Delhi Toofans, same amount of blocks, and only 3 more unforced errors from the Delhi Toofans. Nothing really between them. I can't wait to find out who got the player of the match and the game changer. We're going to find out with our boy Atish. Let's join him for the presentation.
Well, that was something, wasn't it? Truly, it was a match not meant for the faint-hearted, and you got an example of that by just reading the assistant coach of the Ahmedabad defenders, Sajjad Hussain Malik's heart monitor. It raced up to 152. That's how exciting things got as the Ahmedabad defenders snapped their 4-match losing streak and also snapped Delhi's 7-match win streak and kept themselves alive in the race for the Super 5. In the presentation party, to my left, representing the Ahmedabad defenders is someone who celebrated with the team, someone we've seen on court usually, Naveen Raja, who's also the team mentor. Representing Delhi Toofans is Mr. Manish Kumar, a team representative, and representing Rupe is Mr. Vipin Nair, co-founder and joint managing director of Baseline Ventures. The first award is the Game Changer of the Match award, and his advent on court definitely did change the game. It's Sean T. John. A name so fine that it rhymes, and so does his game. Poetry in motion. He had to come in because of unfortunate circumstances, though we do hope that Nanda Kumar is okay. An injury to Nanda Kumar meant that Shanti Don had to come in and created the impact that he did. But of course, the big award is the Rupe Player of the Match award, and now this particular individual is a superhero in the team. We call him the angle man for a reason, and today he found those angles more than 20 times. Angamuthu is the Rupe Player of the Match today. He's going to be presented the award by Mr. Vipin Nair, the co-founder and joint managing director of Baseline Ventures. And he's also awarded the Rupe on-the-go watch to experience hassle-free payments. He's also going to sign the match ball for our esteemed guest to take home as a souvenir. Duties aren't over though. Angamuthu, couple of questions. Okay, firstly, today was the day you needed to win. Today is the day we saw the Angamuthu of old. How did that transpire?
It's an important game for us, and I'm trying to get the momentum and the range for the last 8-9 matches, and I think I got now, and hope I'll continue in the rest of the games.
What happened at that match point when you thought you had won? How, and then eventually when the review came in, it was the right review. How did you all together get your mentality back and get your focus back?
I'm sure that I did the net touch, and I just said the teammates, I did the mistake, let the review taken. It will be successful, and just try to focus on the next points, and we can surely be the winner in the next 2 points. That's why I said them.
Well, you definitely did that. Angamuthu, the angle man, to the rescue for the Ahmedabad defenders, because the defending champions are still in the mix for the Super 5 with this win. And now it's going to get really exciting, isn't it?
It gets crazier and crazier because the Ahmedabad defenders' main man, angle man Angamuthu, has delivered a show that promises more drama, more excitement, more heartbreaks possibly for other teams. Mumbai and Bengaluru will be very worried to see what this angle man has done. Ahmedabad take on Calicut in their next game. Can the defenders, the defending champions, make an outside, unexpected entry into the top 3 for them to have a shot at consecutive titles? We'll find out. This is where it all stands. Ahmedabad, after 2 losses, win this one. They inch up to number 3 with a set difference of -1. They stay alive. We've got 3 more matches to go in this Super 5s. Just the one game. 2 teams that have been very worried by seeing Ahmedabad win will be in action. The Mumbai Meteors versus the dangerous Bengaluru Torpedoes. Our coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. That's match number 8. For now, it's goodbye. As we go, enjoy the Nippon Paint colourful moments of the night.